Welcome back to KANG TV News. I'm Kate.
And I'm Noah. We begin with an update about LW's efforts to end harassment, intimidation, and bullying in our school.
KANG TV sat down with student members of a new HIB Implementation Team to learn more.
I'm Drew, and I'm here with Diversity Action Team Advisor Ms. Fradkin, along with Feminist Club President Mariana and Vice President Scout, who are also on the HIB and SA Implementation Team. Thanks so much for being here. So let's start about talking about what HIB, harassment, intimidation, and bullying looks like.
Yeah, so bullying in particular, it's an intentional, repetitive action, and it can be both verbal and physical. And the important point of bullying and intimidation is that you don't gaslight yourself. If you've talked to them and they're still not changing whatever they're doing that's making you feel bad, whatever it is, even if it's small, then that's bullying and that's intimidation. And it's important to identify it as that.
Yeah. For sure. And could you tell us some more about the new implementation team at LW to address HIB and what you're looking to achieve in that team?
Yeah, so right now we are because we had just a couple of months ago rolled out our new reporting tool, or basically taking like the data from the reporting tool and also like anecdotal responses from the reporting tool and trying to first of all, increase awareness for, what harassment, intimidation, bullying is, what sexual assault is, but also making sure that we are improving incrementally the reporting tool based on the reports that we've gotten, so that our kind of trust between students and administration is just the best it possibly can be, and that administration is handling the reports to the students, kind of what they want to see. According to the students,
Yeah, and so I know that many victims are too scared to report, and bystanders don't really want to get involved. Right. But you've actually found research that shows that students who do intervene actually end up with better mental health and academics. Could you tell us some more about that research?
Yeah, so there's actually a study done over a 5-year period, and it was done with both middle school and high schoolers. And basically it found that obviously students who are being bullied and are doing the bullying have really low optimism, and they have a low sense of hope, and are obviously sad. But the study itself actually focused on the groups of people like bystanders, and it was broken up into 2 groups. There was bystanders, and then there was people who intervened. And it found that the bystanders had a low sense of hope specifically for their school, and they were sad. But the people who intervened had a high sense of hope, specifically related to school, and actually had higher academics because of that. So the whole, honestly, takeaway from this is that if we change how we deal with harassment and bullying at our school, we can positively affect people, and create a better, more healthy environment for us here, and better education, which is what we're all here to do. We're here to learn. And so if we do that at LW, we create this culture where it's not acceptable. And that's bottom line, that's what we all want. And administration, students, we just have to communicate and work together to make that, which requires trust in the school, and trust that they will get justice for us and help people being bullied and help the bullies get the help that they need.
Right. Yeah, and I think another really, an important takeaway that you just touched on, but I want to emphasize, is that trust between administration and students is a big reason why a lot of people don't report or talk to administration about things that they see. So a lot of the reason why people don't intervene is because of the difficulty to feel trust towards administration. Yeah. And so obviously I'm biased because I've worked really closely with administration on this, but I can honestly say that administration is very welcoming. Yeah. They want to hear your concerns. They want to hear, the thing that you heard in the hallway. Right. While you're in your passing. And they want to hear about, the thing that you saw that you felt was a little bit uncomfortable for you and may have been uncomfortable for the person as well in the situation. And so the moral of the story is that not only will it help, it really will help you more than anything if you intervene, and we want to emphasize that.
Yeah. To add on to that really quick, I think too what I mean by culture is not only with administration, but with students. If you see something and there are people just being bystanders, be that person that intervenes. Be the person that speaks up and says, that's not okay, you can't say that. Or go up to the person that was being bullied and say, hey, are you okay? Maybe you should talk to someone else. Just be that change. Be the better person. Be the person that makes LW a place you want to show up at and feel safe.
Exactly, yeah. And so here at LW, students can also use the reporting tool to report anonymously.
Right.
So how exactly can they do that?
So when you utilize the QR code on the signs that you all have probably seen around campus that say HIB and SA reporting tool, it'll give you two options, either to report with your name attached or to report anonymously. And so if you choose the pathway of reporting anonymously, what that does is it then gets sent to the district and they keep track of incidents that are occurring at different campuses around our district. And that then information will get reported back to our administrative team so they know that these incidents are occurring in the hallways and the bathrooms, wherever the incidents happen, and so that we can make systemic changes to address those. However, if you report anonymously, obviously there can be no follow-up, right? And so that option is more, you want the incident to be known, but you're also aware that there won't be follow-up with you because we don't know who you are.
Right, exactly. And so reporting can also be really intimidating to some, but it also brings a lot of closure. Can you expand on that?
So I can actually answer that one.
Yeah.
So obviously, closure itself is a really difficult concept, and many times people who have been bullied or assaulted don't get to that till way later. But it is, I think, a very crucial question that you have to ask yourself, because in this process of bringing it forward to the school, or just in your personal process, if you do decide to say anonymously, finding closure can look very differently. And if you give that information to the school of what that closure is to you, then they can work with you to get as closely to that as possible, if not completely reaching it. But if you share that with the school, it allows them to make a realistic plan with you so that you can feel safe and feel like this situation, you've gotten justice for it. And if that doesn't happen, then that's something that needs to be brought further and needs to be brought to district or...
Right, of course.
And like, what does closure mean for a lot of people? Like, sometimes closure can mean, getting to know that something actually happened, you know. Maybe closure for you means that you get put out of a class with someone, or that someone gets, particular that you get to stay in a class, but the person who you felt was, bullying you or intimidating you or whatever that is, that they get taken out of that class, for example. And so making sure that you're communicating that with the school is really important. But also one thing that we really need to emphasize is that because of things like laws, unfortunately, not everyone can get the closure that they want.
Exactly.
So not everyone can know that justice was served, for example. They can just be told that in general something happened, but we can't really exactly tell you what.
Right.
And so that can feel really frustrating for some people who really wanted to hear exactly what happened. And so one of the most important things, and I think that's a big barrier between trust and administration and trust in the students, is that a lot of the times administration can't release what they've done and can't say what they've done. And so, like, yes, communicate with the school, but also have realistic expectations about what they can do and what they can tell you in the end.
Yeah.
Right. And so what are some mental health resources that are available for students at LW?
We have quite a few services here within our building. We have Evergreen Health Services. Miss Altamura is here full time. I know many students know and love her. We also have our awesome counseling team that are available, and within the counseling team they have a few small groups that they have set up over the course of this year. And they also can connect you with other services if you go to talk to them. And we also have YES counseling on campus. There's also a whole host of other resources in the community. There's the 24-hour crisis line, which is 866, the number 4 crisis, also 866-427-4747. We also have Teen Link and also Teen Link Chat so that you can text, and a teen will actually be on the other end to help you with your crisis. And there's also Safe Place, which is a great resource. And TeenLink also has specific services for LGBTQIA community members as well. And for more resources, go ahead and look at the screen. We also have these posted on the counseling website for our LW school website, and on those little resource cards that we passed out before winter break. And we're planning to have those before summer break as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. And is there anything else that you would like to add to the conversation? Any of you?
I would just like to add that the reporting tool is there for you. If that feels impersonal or overwhelming, you also can always come talk to staff members. I'm always there. I'm in room 167. Anyone wants to come talk to me, that's perfectly wonderful. I know my co-advisor, Miss Mahoney, feels the same way, and the Feminist Club advisors, Miss Gamache and Miss Anderson, are always here for you, and of course, Miss Ring, up here in 330. So we are always available to you, as is the admin team, and again, the counselors. And that's also goes to speak of, to know that when you come to us, we will believe you.
Right.
That is implicit, right? Mm-hmm. You don't need to fear being questioned or, asked questions like, well, are you sure that's what you experienced? Maybe they meant something different, right? Because the impact on you is what's important. Mm-hmm. And if that is not the response, right, we are also here for you to support, right? It doesn't necessarily stop with one person either. We're all a team, right? And so if you're ever frustrated by a response of a staff member, know that there are other staff members, and we are all here to support you, and want to make sure that all students feel welcome and safe.
Mm-hmm. Thanks so much for being here to have this conversation with me. Yeah. I'm Drew for KANG TV. Back to you in the studio.
The Lake Washington School District is holding its first ever Students of Color Conference on Friday, May 20th. Registration is now open to all students of color who are interested in strengthening their cultural identity, building community, and learning more about social justice and social activism.
This year's keynote speaker is Dr. Gloria Henderson, a Lake Washington School District alum of Equality and Family Engagement Department. Transportation to and from the conference from LWHS will be provided, as well as snacks and lunch. Please reach out to your counselor, Miss Naomi, Mr. Drew, or admin if you would like assistance in registering. Otherwise, please check out our email from Miss Kelly Jacobson dated April 12th.
Did you know that 6.6% of the population has blood type O? This is the universal blood type that can be transfused to any patient. Bloodworks Northwest needs O donors and donors with every other blood type every single day.
Join the life-saving effort and give blood during LWHS pop-up blood drive on Wednesday, June 1st and Thursday, June 2nd. Book a blood donation appointment and help fill all 80 donor appointments. Lunch signups will be held from May 12th through May 25th at both A and B lunches.
All donors need to be at least 16 years old, and everyone is required to wear a face mask for the duration of their appointment. Those who are 16 and 17 years old must bring a signed parent permission slip available at the tables during lunch signups.
If you haven't grabbed your tickets to the senior party, prices are going up again on May 18th. Financial aid is available. Just talk to Miss Hall at the attendance office.
There are so many events coming up for seniors. You can find all of them in the senior and graduation area of the Student and Family section of the LWHS website.
Seniors, if you need to complete your XELLO before graduation, you can stop by the Counseling and Career Center every Wednesday and Friday during A and B lunches to work with your counselor on your required steps. They will be available throughout the month of May to anyone who needs help with XELLO.
The price of prom tickets just went up. Tickets are now $45 with ASB and $50 without ASB. Prom takes place on May 21st from 7 to 11 p.m. at Emerald City Trapeze in Seattle. The evening will include a trapeze show at 7:30.
Chicago had a smash opening last weekend. The Stellar musical closes this weekend, so get your tickets now. You can buy them at brownpapertickets.com today, then tomorrow over the weekend at LWHS Theater box office.
And here's a reminder from Mr. Terich. The date of this year's Poetry Slam Open Mic Night is Monday, May 16th at 7 p.m. This event is open to everyone. Contact Mr. Terich if you have any questions or would like to sign up. His email address is tterich@lwsd.org.
Interested in being a leader in our school community? Apply for Link Crew. Link Crew is a mentoring program to welcome freshmen and new students to our school. Link Crew hosts freshman orientation and runs various events throughout the school year to build our community.
You can earn volunteer hours for your service. The posters around the school have a QR code to apply or reach out to Ms. Moore at kamoore@lwsd.org to access the application, which is due tomorrow.
There will be more info meetings after school in Ms. Moore's classroom, room 262, today and Monday at 3 p.m. if you want to learn more about Link Crew before you apply.
And a shout out to members of LW's robotic club, Code Purple. They recently took a robot to a science fair at Lakeview Elementary School. Lakeview students learned about robotics and were able to interact with the robot. Code Purple advisor Mr. Kyanna says that the robot and Code Purple team members were so popular, students waited up to 15 minutes to meet them.
Now here's this week's KSPN Sports Report.
Congratulations to the following athletes who signed letters of intent this week. Evan Galley signed with Whitworth University for baseball. Quinn Kramer signed with Princeton University for lacrosse. Morgan Lee signed with Middlebury College for golf. Brock Olson signed with Willamette University for golf. And Anna Pillor signed with the University of Idaho for volleyball. Last night, the Kang's varsity baseball team took on Liberty High School for the KingCo 3A Championship. We recorded this KSPN Sports Report before the game started, so check Instagram for the outcome. The Lady Kang's varsity fast pitch team is playing for the KingCo 3A Championship today against Bellevue or Liberty High School. First pitch is scheduled for 5 p.m. at Juanita High School. The girls and boys track and field team wraps up a 3-day KingCo competition and championships tomorrow at Juanita High School. The LW track and field team has qualified more athletes than any other school in the league. The girls golf team killed it at KingCo. Junior Triana Fernando shot a perfect 72 and earned third place in the most recent tournament. The team qualified for the next round of postseason competition, which takes place Monday at Riverbend Golf Club in Kent. And the girls' tennis team is battling through the KingCo tournament to advance to the state qualifying tournament next week. Good luck to everyone.
That's it for this week's KANG TV News. Thanks for watching. I'm Kate.
And I'm Noah. Have a great weekend and
Go
Kangs!